Hello, fellow scouts. Today we are going to do the first part in talking about different types of plants. And today we're going to talk about poisonous plants. Okay? So in the new book, I'm going to be looking at pages 190 to 192. And on page 191 is where you will find poison ivy and poison oak. And poison ivy, I'll explain that. Poison ivy is just, as it says in the book, it says that it grows as a trailing vine, or a climbing vine, or shrub, okay? And then it has stems with leaflets of 3. And some say it has like a waxy surface on it. It looks smooth. I think the way that I recognize poison ivy is it looks like a kindergartner is first learning how to use scissors and it's trying to cut a leaf. Okay? And also, none of the leaves look the same. At least out of the 3 that's in that's on each little stem. Each of those leaves looks different, as far as I know. I don't know if all of them look different. I just know that on each stem, all 3 leaves look different from each other. Okay? The leaves, they will turn yellow or red or orange, and that's like a bright red, I think it says. Yeah, it says it turns bright red. So, and then it says it has a hairy vine. It says some other stuff too, but you can read that or not. If you guys want to do well, if you guys want to get better stuff, okay, it's fine. Read on, guys. Read the rest of it, okay? But I'm going to go on to poison oak now. Okay, and that grows as a woody vine or shrub, okay? And it has stems of 3 to 5 leaflets per stem. Or, I just said that. All the leaves, they all look like oak tree leaves, sort of. And again, it's not jagged, but they're like lobed leaves, like an oak tree, but it's not exactly like an oak leaf, so you can't. Sometimes people mistake poison oak for a baby oak tree, but the leaves look entirely different. Okay. The leaves, they'll turn a bright red in the fall. Then it says some other stuff too on page 191. And then on page on the next page, 192 in the new book, it starts talking about poison sumac, and that's what I'll start talking about you guys right now. So it grows as a small tree or a shrub, and it has 7 to 13 long, slender leaves. Okay, and each of those leaves have no hair on their stems. They usually turn like a deep red. They turn deep red in the fall, and then they also have they're usually found in swampy or boggy areas. It's often confused with other types of sumac because there are multiple types of sumac. I don't know all of them. I know one of them, and it's called Toller poplar. That's a type of sumac, even though it's not called that at all. Okay, so that's another type. And then for like a little extra one that it says on page 192, you can see a picture of it. It is the last picture on page 190 in your Scout Handbook. Okay, So, and what water hemlock does is all it does is it causes painful, violent convulsions and can lead to death. So, I mean, if you look at what water hemlock looks like, it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful flower. And yet here it's saying it can lead to death. Ouch. This is only the first part. The second part should have the rest of the different types of flowers, or at least most of them. But that's all I'll do, and that'll be next week. Okay? So here is the instruction sheet.